Hello all, I'm Dr. Jorge Emilio Núñez, and I'm going to do a brief presentation about Fundação Angelica Goulart. Why I'm doing this? Mainly because all the information you're going to have online, it's in Portuguese. We don't have the resources, the financial resources to have all this information in English. And I wanted to first of all show what we do, who we are, how we started, and if you want to do it, how you may help us help others. Very briefly, I'm going to first of all show a video. The video is in Portuguese, and then I'll explain in English, very in very simple terms, exactly the same video and the information. So let me go to the video now.
Pedra de Guaratiba, Rio de Janeiro. Local que possui dos menores índices de desenvolvimento humano da cidade. Lá vivem crianças com seus direitos ameaçados ou violados. Em 1989, Xuxa percebeu a necessidade de apoiá-las e criou ali a Fundação Xuxa Meneghel. A Fundação oferece a crianças, adolescentes, suas famílias e comunidade diversos projetos de oficinas socioeducativas, além de inclusão digital, educação de jovens e adultos, qualificação profissional e atendimento psicológico, social, nutricional e odontológico. Com os programas comunitários, beneficiamos mais de 2.000 pessoas por mês. Sabemos que muitas crianças brasileiras vivem em situações similares. Assim, ampliamos nossas ações para todo o território nacional. Participamos da campanha de enfrentamento à exploração sexual de crianças e adolescentes e da campanha Carinho de Verdade. Criamos o show de Natal, o direito das crianças a ter direitos iguais. Uma convocação para a educação da paz. No campo da sustentabilidade, desenvolvemos o projeto Mais Criança, que resultou na elaboração da Carta das Crianças para a Terra, entregue à ministra do Meio Ambiente. Replicamos a metodologia do projeto para educadores de todo o Brasil. Fazemos parte da Rede Nacional Primeira Infância e participamos da elaboração dos planos nacional e municipal pela primeira infância. Ocupamos a Secretaria Executiva da Rede Não Bata, Eduque. Desenvolvemos ações de incidência política para a promoção e garantia dos direitos da criança e adolescente, como na aprovação da Lei Menino Bernardo número 13.010/14, que estabelece o direito da criança a ser educada sem castigo físico e tratamento humilhante. E ainda a lei que tornou crime hediondo a exploração sexual de crianças e adolescentes. Realizamos diversos projetos de prevenção de violência contra crianças.
Eu derrubei barreiras enormes, barreiras muito grandes. Barreiras que quem imaginaria que uma menina, filha de pescador, neta de pescador, morando perto da praia, queria conseguir chegar num momento de estar na situação em que eu estou hoje.
Eu tive a oportunidade e eu vi que uma oportunidade que eu tive, eu pude mudar completamente a minha vida. Então, realmente, as pessoas precisam de uma oportunidade.
Meu sonho contagiou e continua contagiando muita gente. Hoje, os baixinhos da Fundação voltam para dizer que o sonho se fez realidade. Eu contei com a ajuda de muita gente que acreditou. Profissionais da Fundação, famílias e ótimos parceiros que fizeram a diferença na nossa história. Continuo sonhando, pois o exemplo de vida desses meninos e meninas é a resposta de que é possível. A palavra mágica é oportunidade. Mas eu tenho um sonho ainda maior. Que todo mundo sonhasse a mesma coisa. Para mais e mais crianças e jovens terem grandes oportunidades na vida.
Viva bem pertinho da gente esse sonho que começou a virar realidade naquela cena lá do início, quando há 25 anos abrimos os nossos portões pela primeira vez.
Fundação Xuxa Meneghel.
Well, if you follow the presentation, the last lady of her voice, she was the main founder, Xuxa Meneghel. She's very well known in the three Americas, mainly Latin America. She's an activist. She's been working for children and teenagers for over 40 years now. She's a TV host, a musician, a singer, and many other things, but mainly for the Fundação. She was behind the creation. Back in the 80s, she visited Pedra de Guarachiba, one of the, at the time, most vulnerable, poorest neighborhood in the whole of Brazil. And because she was very shocked with what she saw at the time, she decided to do something about it. Back in 1989, she opened the Fundação Xuxa Meneghel. That was the original name. One thing I want to say, Fundação, not a charity. We don't use the term charities in Latin America, at least not in the sense of European states. Charity for us implies people that are who are superior, people who are inferior. We tend to think in terms of kindness mainly. That's why we call our organization Fundação or foundation or foundation. Legally as well, it means something different because these are not tax havens. We don't profit from them. We don't get any tax advantages from them. And most of the people who work for that foundation work for free as well. I wanted to make sure we clarify this because legally it's very different from European reality. Xuxa again opened the Fundação back in 1989, and for almost 30 years, 28 years exactly, she was in charge of the Fundação. We provide education, training, and access mainly to teenagers, children, and young adults in that area, Pedra de Guarachiba. And one key term she mentioned, opportunity. We create access to opportunities. Right now with the coronavirus situation, we tend to see on the news academics, professionals, scientists advising people to wash their hands. A problem is if you don't have resources to buy soap, if you don't have clean water, it's quite a challenge to wash properly your hands. Similar, if right now schools all over the world are being closed and students are being offered online resources for children and teenagers who don't have any access to Wi-Fi or to the internet, it's quite difficult, if not impossible, to have access to these opportunities. That's exactly what we've been doing, and we still do at the Fundação. We create opportunities and we enable children, teenagers, and young adults to have access to those opportunities, real access, by offering courses from painting, arts, writing, and music to IT skills, management, and any other, for instance, about climate change, how to protect the environment, how to recycle, and from very basic skills to more challenging, more advanced skills. It all depends as well on financial support from other organizations, from private donors, people in general, and our partners. In 2017, Xuxa had to make the decision to step down. I'm not going to go into detail because that would be something else, and I'm not at liberty of including all that information, and the time as well is very limited for this short presentation. When she decided to step down, she decided to change the name from Fundação Xuxa Meneghel to Angelica Goulart, Fundação Angelica Goulart, the current name. Angelica was a friend and a partner of Xuxa at the time. In the sense, Angelica, a social worker, helped Xuxa create the first Fundação. Angelica died a few years ago, and that is why Xuxa decided to change from her own name to the name of Angelica, the name of the Fundação, Fundação Angelica Goulart. And the current president, Vinicius, I'm very proud to say, Xuxa selected Vinicius one of the reasons, he was one of the children that was part of the original Fundação. Vinicius has been in the Fundação in a different capacity for about 30 years now, and I'll show Vinicius to you in a second. So that's a bit of what we do, who we are, and how we started. What we are doing now in terms of coronavirus and the situation. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you where you may find information about us and how you may be able to help us as well. Everything is, again, here on our main Facebook page. We have a website, but the easiest way, if you are anywhere around the world, and if you want to see our foundation and what we do, our Facebook page. So simply go to Facebook and go for Fundação Angelica Goulart, or simply Angelica Goulart, and you will find us. Our physical address is here on the main page, our contact details, and you may send us a message. And I wanted to show you a few pictures of what we are doing right now in terms of coronavirus. These last few weeks, we've been collecting and receiving donations from organizations and from people, and we've been helping families around this area and other communities. So thank you very much already for all the donations. I'm going to give the details later. Here, this picture, we have two people. I know both of them, but I want to refer to this one here in particular. He's Vinicius. He's the president. Shusha selected him as the president. That's the guy I was talking about. He's been part of the foundation, different capacities for 30 years, around 30 years. He started when he was a child, and now he's the president. So he's an example of the kind of results this Fundação has. I'm very proud to say, different from any other president of or any other organization, or academics, or politicians, or governments, he's actually doing things for people, not simply behind a desk. He's married to Barbara. They met at the Fundação when they were younger, and they have two children, two daughters, and they are expecting a baby. Even that, and even he's busy, and even he's the president, he's hands-on help receiving donations and distributing these donations. Why? Because he knows what is to be in a vulnerable, in a very challenging situation. So I'm very proud to say our president is actually working with and for people. Again, if you go back to our main Facebook page, once again, you may see the pictures. Everything is in Portuguese. Again, unfortunately, we don't have the financial resources, but you may use Google Translate, and you should be able to find this information in English as well. How you may help us? If you go to the main Facebook page, you click here on Learn More, and you should see a different link and a different page. It's our PayPal page. You may help physically by sending your donations to the Fundação, the address on the main Facebook page, or simply with your donation through our PayPal page. Remember, $1 American, $1 British pound, €1 means about 4 to 6 Brazilian reals. So every little helps. Do not think that £1 is not enough. It does help. You scroll down and you click this button, Doe con PayPal, as you would do when you get an item using eBay or Amazon, and then you use PayPal to pay, the same. The only difference is in Portuguese, so the transaction will be in Brazilian reals. So click here on Doe con PayPal, which means donate with PayPal, and you will have to exchange your money into Brazilian reals. So remember that. because it may seem that you are sending more money than you think. No, it's simply because the figure you add will be in Brazilian reals. Again, this is our main PayPal page and the only PayPal page we have, and the link is here on our Facebook page. More information about us, this is my Facebook account, my private one. It says Griselda Curtis because it's the name of my mom. She passed away in 2018, and I'm keeping her account live to keep her legacy. My personal account is this one on Facebook. And you can see here some of our people. Maria here, one of the teenagers who is helping us there in Pedra de Guarachiva. Other group of teenagers helping us put an event together. Some of our children. Simone, she's a cook here at the Fundação. She teaches others how to cook and about nutrition as well. We teach one of the many courses we used to have, not now unfortunately, it was about nutrition. Unfortunately, because it has to do with financial resources. A friend of mine and a colleague of mine, she's a psychologist actually, Amanda Vilela. She used to work for the original Fundação, and she stayed, one of the few that stayed from the original to the now Fundação Angelica Goulart. Why I'm saying one of the few? Once again, because it had to do with redundancies when we had financial issues with the transition from one to the other Fundação. The group here, we have, again, Vinicius, the president, and here we have Barbara, his wife. They met again when they were younger at the Fundação. So I'm very proud to say now they have a family. We have Elaine, we have Fred, we have Milton, and again, the Fundação. Again, this is my Facebook. And if you want information about the Fundação, I tend to put information in English using my Twitter. Here's my account. I'm not asking you to follow me. It's simply, to show you, you may find information about the Fundação in English. I try to translate as much as I can in English. And the latest, this was posted just a few days ago, what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, receiving donations, either physical donations or either financial donations. And so far in 2 weeks, we had 5 tons of food, 1,400 liters of cleaning products. We've been able to help 13 communities. We've reached so far 13 communities. So not only Pedra de Guarachiva, but 13 communities. Pedra de Guarachiva, where the Fundação is located, it's still in Rio de Janeiro, but for you to imagine, it's 60 kilometers away from Rio de Janeiro city center. This is quite far apart. So the communities being reached are very far apart from the city center, the Rio de Janeiro city center. They are very, very vulnerable areas. We've been supporting for these last 2 weeks 350 families. That translates into around 2,000 people being supported directly. So once again, thank you very much. If you want to see what we do and help us, again, our YouTube account, you have videos and information about the original Fundação and our current Fundação Angelica Goulart. You can see our Facebook account. That I will say this is our main point of reference because you will have the most updated information here. Again, our physical address, our contact details, and please, again, click on Learn More if you want to send your donation. Coming back here, thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. If you have any questions in Portuguese, please feel free to contact directly the Fundação. In English, I'm more than happy to answer, or in Spanish, or in Italian, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Remember, when you help us, you are helping children, teenagers, young adults in Brazil. Not only in Latin America, people ask me why I'm doing this. The accent is from Argentina. I live in the UK. Well, first of all, I'm human, like you are. Second, I'm Latin, and lastly, I'm Argentinian. So I'm first Latin American and then Argentinian. I'm not doing charity with this Fundação. I'm not literally helping. I'm acknowledging something. We are humans, and everybody deserves to have a right to dignity. I'm simply trying to show that we can all recognize each other's dignity, the right to dignity, and how we can do that by giving access to all, regardless of where they are from, access to opportunities. So please help me, help the Fundação to enable others to participate and to feel and to be included. I'm going to finish once again by saying thank you all for listening. Please, if you can, £1, $1 American, €1 can change life. Every little helps. Thank you, obrigado, muchas gracias, and see you next time. Bye-bye.